Have you ever wondered what really weakens your mind? We all want to be strong and resilient, but often we adopt habits that undermine our mental strength without realizing it. What happens when we let these habits seep into our daily lives? Today we'll explore 12 powerful habits that can weaken your mind and how Buddhist teachings can help us overcome these barriers. Prepare for a journey of self-discovery and transformation. If you found this community valuable, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more wisdom on strengthening your mind and embracing resilience. Your journey to a stronger, more mindful life starts here. Let's grow together. Habit 1. Constantly procrastinating. Have you noticed how putting off important tasks creates an endless cycle of stress and anxiety? Procrastination may seem harmless at first, but over time, it can lead to an overwhelming feeling of being constantly overloaded. Why do we leave for tomorrow what we can do today, knowing it will only increase our pressure? In Buddhism, mindfulness teaches us to be present and act in the moment, avoiding the accumulation of tasks. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Buddha procrastination is more than just delaying tasks. It's a form of self-sabotage that prevents us from reaching our full potential. When we procrastinate, we neglect not only our responsibilities, but also the opportunity to grow. This habit can stem from fear of failure, perfectionism, or even feeling overwhelmed by big projects. Instead of facing these feelings head-on, we delay, creating a vicious cycle that increases anxiety and stress. Procrastination often leads to a restless and guilty state of mind. Each postponed task is like a dark cloud hanging over us, clouding our clarity and ability to act effectively. By not addressing our obligations promptly, we let them pile up, turning them into an insurmountable mountain. This accumulation not only overloads us but also paralyzes us, making it even harder to start. Practicing mindfulness is a powerful tool to break the cycle of procrastination. By being present in the moment, we can observe our thoughts and actions without judgment, identifying when we're about to delay something and taking conscious steps to act. Small daily actions, like breaking big tasks into smaller, manageable parts, can make a significant difference. Each small step brings us closer to our goals, reducing the feeling of overwhelm and building a mindset of continuous progress. Additionally, self-discipline is key to overcoming procrastination. Developing the ability to focus on the present and value each small step of progress helps eliminate the weight of accumulated tasks. By committing to act immediately rather than postponing, we cultivate a lighter, more productive mind. Recognizing and celebrating our achievements, no matter how small, reinforces our motivation and keeps us on track. Procrastination can be a silent enemy of productivity and mental health. By practicing mindfulness and developing self-discipline, we can overcome this debilitating habit and cultivate a stronger, more resilient mind. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the best time to take that step is now. Habit 2. Comparing yourself to others. Have you ever caught yourself looking at others' lives and feeling like you'll never be good enough? Constantly comparing yourself to others generates feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem. Why do we let others' achievements define our worth? In Buddhism, we learn to value our own path and progress, recognizing that each person has a unique journey. When you realize nothing is lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Lao Tzu comparison is often seen as a natural measure of progress, but it can be extremely destructive. When we constantly compare ourselves to others, we start to see our own achievements and abilities in a negative light. This habit breeds feelings of inadequacy, jealousy, and low self-esteem. Instead of celebrating our own successes, we get stuck in a spiral of insecurity and self-doubt. Moreover, comparison can distract us from our true goals and aspirations. Rather than focusing on what truly matters to us, we start chasing others' standards and expectations. This detour takes us away from our authenticity and leads us to live a life that isn't genuinely ours. In doing so, we lose sight of our purpose and passion, resulting in an unfulfilling and frustrating existence. Buddhism teaches the importance of self-acceptance and valuing our own journey. Each individual has a unique path with their own challenges and triumphs. Instead of comparing ourselves to others, we can learn to appreciate our own experiences and growth. Practicing gratitude is an effective way to combat comparison. By recognizing and appreciating our own achievements, we develop a positive and strengthened mindset. Meditation and reflection are powerful tools for cultivating self-acceptance. By taking time to connect with our inner selves, we can develop a deeper understanding of our intrinsic worth. This helps free us from the constant need for external validation. By accepting and celebrating our unique qualities, we become more confident and resilient. Ultimately, comparison weakens us because it distracts us from our own journey. By focusing on self-acceptance and gratitude, we can transform this negative habit into a source of strength and inspiration. Remember, true happiness and fulfillment come from within. Every step we take on our own path brings us closer to our full potential. Habit 3. Avoiding challenges. Have you ever wondered why we avoid challenges even when we know they're essential for our growth? Avoiding challenges may seem like self-protection, but it actually limits our potential and weakens our mind. Buddhism, personal growth is a fundamental part of life's journey. Facing challenges with courage and determination is vital for developing a strong and resilient mind. The obstacles do not block the path, they are the path. Buddhist proverb: avoiding challenges is like choosing the safety of the comfort zone over the possibility of growth. When we avoid difficult or unfamiliar situations, we deprive ourselves of learning and self-discovery opportunities. This behavior prevents us from developing new skills and becoming more resilient. By avoiding challenges, we limit our growth and remain stagnant. Challenges, though often daunting, are essential for our evolution. Every obstacle we face teaches us something new about ourselves and the world around us. By embracing challenges, we develop resilience, creativity, and problem-solving skills, qualities crucial for overcoming life's adversities and achieving our goals. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of facing difficulties with an open mind and a spirit of perseverance. Mindfulness practice helps us approach challenges with a positive and proactive attitude. Instead of fearing the unknown, we can learn to see challenges as opportunities for growth and transformation. This shift in perspective empowers us to face any situation with confidence and determination. Moreover, challenges help us develop a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. When we overcome obstacles, we feel a sense of achievement that reinforces our self-confidence and motivation. This encourages us to keep striving and exploring new horizons. With each challenge conquered, we become stronger and better prepared for the next. Avoiding challenges is a form of self-sabotage that limits our potential and weakens our mind. By changing our attitude and embracing challenges as growth opportunities, we can develop a stronger, more resilient mind. Remember, it's in moments of difficulty that we truly discover what we're capable of. Facing challenges head-on helps us grow and become the best version of ourselves. Habit 4. Neglecting physical health. Have you ever considered the impact physical health has on your mind? Neglecting physical health can have devastating consequences for our mental well-being. Poor diet, lack of exercise, and insufficient sleep directly affect our mind's ability to handle stress and daily challenges. In Buddhism, the body and mind are seen as interdependent. Caring for one is essential for the well-being of the other. To keep the body in good health is a duty, otherwise we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. Buddha physical health is the foundation on which we build our mental strength. A balanced diet provides the nutrients our brain needs to function effectively. A lack of essential nutrients can lead to mental fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and even depression. Regular physical activity improves blood circulation, boosts endorphin production, and reduces stress, contributing to a clearer and more resilient mind. Sleep, often underestimated, is another crucial component of physical health that directly impacts our mental well-being. Sleep deprivation affects our ability to process information, make decisions, and control our emotions. Buddhism teaches the importance of a harmonious balance between body and mind. This includes ensuring our body gets the rest it needs to recover and revitalize. Beyond physiological aspects, physical health also affects our self-esteem and confidence. Taking care of our body is a form of self-care and self-respect. When we feel physically well, we're more likely to face challenges with a positive and proactive attitude. Mindfulness can be incorporated into exercise and eating habits, helping us make healthier choices. Neglecting physical health is often a result of modern life's fast pace, where work and other responsibilities seem more important. However, ignoring our physical well-being long-term can have serious consequences for our mental health. Finding a balance between responsibilities and self-care is essential for a fulfilling and balanced life. Caring for physical health isn't just about appearance, it's a fundamental necessity for maintaining a strong and resilient mind. By incorporating healthy practices into our daily routine, we can significantly improve our mental and emotional well-being. Remember, a healthy body is a powerful ally in the journey toward a strong mind. Prioritizing physical well-being is a crucial step toward a balanced and satisfying life. Habit 5. Excessive self-criticism. Have you ever been your own worst critic? Excessive self-criticism is a habit that deeply weakens the mind, undermining our confidence and motivation. In Buddhism, self-compassion is a fundamental principle that teaches us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we offer others. Harsh self-criticism, on the other hand, prevents us from seeing our true worth and potential. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Buddha excessive self-criticism is often rooted in unrealistic expectations and perfectionism. When we set impossible standards for ourselves, any failure or mistake is seen as proof of our inadequacy. This cycle of constant self-criticism can lead to anxiety, depression, and hopelessness. Instead of recognizing our efforts and progress, we focus only on our flaws, creating a distorted self-image. This habit also prevents us from taking risks and trying new things. Fear of failure and self-criticism paralyzes us, keeping us stuck in a suffocating comfort zone. Instead of seeing mistakes as learning opportunities, we view them as reflections of our failures, limiting our growth. Buddhism teaches the importance of self-compassion as an antidote to self-criticism. Practicing self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we'd offer a dear friend. Instead of harshly judging ourselves for mistakes, we can learn to accept them as part of the human experience and use them as stepping stones for growth. Loving kindness. Meditation, metta, is a Buddhist practice that helps cultivate compassion and self-acceptance. Developing self-compassion doesn't mean ignoring our flaws or shirking responsibility. Instead, it means acknowledging our mistakes with a learning and growth mindset. By practicing self-compassion, we become more resilient and better equipped to face challenges with an open mind and strong heart. It allows us to see our intrinsic value and believe in our potential to overcome adversity. Excessive self-criticism is a destructive habit that limits our potential and weakens our mind. By cultivating self-compassion and learning to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, we can transform self-criticism into a positive force for growth and self-acceptance. Remember, you deserve the same love and support you give others. Embracing self-compassion is a crucial step toward developing a strong and resilient mind. Habit 6. Not setting clear goals. Have you ever felt lost or directionless in life? Not setting clear goals can lead to confusion and a lack of purpose, weakening our mind. In Buddhism, having a clear direction and purpose is fundamental for achieving peace and fulfillment. Clear goals help us focus our energy and efforts, providing a sense of direction and motivation. The mind is like a garden. If you don't plant flowers, weeds will grow. Buddhist proverb clear goals are like lighthouses guiding us through life's uncertainties. Without a defined direction, we can easily get lost in distractions and meaningless activities. This leads to stagnation and frustration because we feel like we're not progressing towards something meaningful. Setting goals gives us purpose and a reason to keep striving, even in the face of obstacles. Moreover, goals help us organize our time and resources effectively. With a clear objective, we can prioritize tasks and focus on activities that truly matter. This increases productivity and helps us achieve our goals more efficiently. Without goals, we risk wasting time and energy on activities that don't contribute to our growth or fulfillment. Buddhism teaches the importance of right intention and right action. Setting clear goals helps align our actions with our values and life purpose. Mindfulness practice keeps us present and focused on our goals, avoiding unnecessary distractions. When we're fully aware of our goals and the path to achieving them, we develop a clearer and more determined mind. Additionally, goals motivate us to overcome challenges and pursue continuous personal growth. Each achieved goal reinforces our self-confidence and encourages us to keep striving. Goals also help us measure progress and adjust our course as needed, keeping us on track and preventing stagnation. Not setting clear goals is a habit that limits our potential and weakens our mind. By establishing specific and achievable objectives, we can direct our energy and efforts effectively, achieving a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Remember, clarity of purpose is key to a meaningful life. Setting clear goals is an essential step toward developing a strong and resilient mind. Habit 7. Avoiding difficult emotions. Have you ever tried to avoid negative feelings hoping they'd just disappear? Avoiding difficult emotions may seem like a coping strategy, but it only increases suffering in the long run. In Buddhism, we're taught to face our emotions head-on with acceptance and understanding rather than avoiding them. Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Haruki Murakami, difficult emotions, like sadness, anger, and fear, are part of the human experience. When we try to avoid them, we deny an essential part of ourselves. This habit of avoidance can lead to unresolved emotions that eventually manifest as chronic stress, anxiety, or even physical health problems. Facing our emotions with courage and compassion is a core Buddhist practice. Mindfulness meditation teaches us to observe our feelings without judgment, allowing us to experience and understand them deeply. This process of acceptance helps us integrate these experiences into our lives rather than suppressing them. When we avoid emotions, we often resort to escape behaviors like procrastination, excessive distractions, or even addictions. These behaviors may offer temporary relief but don't address the root cause of our suffering. Instead, they worsen our problems and weaken our ability to handle future difficulties. The practice of radical acceptance, accepting reality exactly as it is without trying to change it, is a powerful tool for dealing with difficult emotions. By accepting our emotions without resistance, we begin to see them as temporary and instructive. This perspective empowers us to face our feelings with an open mind and resilient heart. Additionally, sharing our emotions with others can be an effective way to process them. Talking to friends, family, or a therapist can offer new perspectives and emotional support. In Buddhism, the community, Sangha, is seen as a valuable resource for practice and mutual support. By practicing acceptance and mindfulness, we can transform our relationship with difficult emotions. Instead of seeing them as enemies to avoid, we can recognize them as integral parts of our human experience. This shift in perspective not only strengthens us, but also allows us to live more authentically and fully. Avoiding difficult emotions is a habit that weakens our mind and prevents true inner peace. By learning to face and accept our feelings with compassion and understanding, we develop a stronger, more resilient mind. Remember, facing your emotions doesn't make you weak. It's an act of great courage and self-compassion. Confront your feelings and allow yourself to grow through them. Habit 8. Seeking perfection. Have you ever been trapped in an endless pursuit of perfection? The quest for perfection may seem noble, but it often leads to frustration and self-sabotage. In Buddhism, we learn that perfection is an illusion. True peace and happiness come from accepting ourselves as we are. Don't seek perfection, just do your best. Buddha. The pursuit of perfection can be paralyzing. When we try to be perfect in everything we do, we place an unbearable weight on our shoulders. This constant pressure can lead to anxiety, fear of failure, and an endless cycle of self-criticism. Instead of appreciating our achievements, we focus on imperfections, undermining our confidence and happiness. Buddhism teaches the concept of impermanence. Everything is constantly changing, and perfection is an unattainable ideal. The practice of acceptance helps us embrace our imperfections and see the beauty in growth and transformation. Meditation and reflection teach us to appreciate each moment and find contentment in our flaws. Seeking perfection can also prevent us from taking risks and exploring new opportunities. Fear of failure keeps us stuck in a comfort zone, limiting our potential and capacity for innovation. Buddhism's teaching of non-attachment encourages us to let go of the need for control and accept life as it is. By detaching from the idea of perfection, we free up mental and emotional energy that can be channeled into personal growth and fulfillment. This freedom allows us to experience life more fully and authentically. Moreover, accepting our imperfections enables us to be more compassionate toward ourselves and others. Recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and no one is perfect helps us develop kindness and understanding. This strengthens our relationships and fosters deeper, more meaningful connections. Seeking perfection is a habit that traps us in a cycle of frustration and self-sabotage. By learning to accept our imperfections and appreciate the growth process, we develop a stronger, more resilient mind. Remember, true beauty in life lies in imperfection and our ability to adapt and grow continuously. Habit 9. Ignoring gratitude. Have you ever stopped to appreciate the small things in life? Ignoring gratitude can trap us in negativity, obscuring the blessings around us daily. In Buddhism, gratitude is fundamental for cultivating a positive and resilient mind. Awake and witness your thoughts. What do you gain by cultivating resentment? Let it go and observe how gratitude emerges. Buddha gratitude is a powerful practice that can transform our perspective. When we focus on what we're grateful for, our mind opens to abundance. Ignoring gratitude, however, keeps us focused on what's lacking, breeding dissatisfaction. Regular gratitude practice helps develop a positive and resilient mindset. By recognizing and appreciating life's blessings, we strengthen our ability to handle challenges. Gratitude lets us see beyond momentary difficulties and recognize the value of small daily joys. In Buddhism, gratitude is a form of mindfulness. Being present and acknowledging life's blessings helps us live with intention and purpose. Gratitude meditation deepens our appreciation for life and the people around us. Ignoring gratitude also negatively impacts relationships. When we don't express appreciation, we fail to strengthen bonds and build deeper connections. Gratitude helps us value people in our lives and cultivate more meaningful relationships. Gratitude also has proven benefits for mental and physical health. Studies show that people who practice gratitude regularly experience lower stress and depression levels and greater well-being. To incorporate gratitude into daily life, consider keeping a gratitude journal where you list things you're thankful for, whether it's a sunrise or a stranger's kindness. Over time, this practice shifts your perspective and increases emotional resilience. Sharing gratitude with others strengthens social connections and creates a more positive environment. Expressing gratitude verbally or in writing reaffirms bonds and fosters community and support. Ignoring gratitude deprives us of a powerful source of mental and emotional strength. By cultivating daily gratitude, we transform our perspective and develop a stronger, more resilient mind. Remember, gratitude is a simple yet profoundly transformative act that brings more joy and satisfaction to life. Habit 10. Being passive about your interests. Have you ever set aside something you love because you were too busy? Being passive about your interests can lead to a life without passion or purpose. In Buddhism, following our interests and passions is fundamental for a fulfilling and meaningful life. Your work is to discover your world and then, with all your heart, dedicate yourself to it. Buddha, our interests and passions are essential parts of who we are. They give us energy, purpose, and joy. When we neglect them, we deny our essence and potential. Being passive about our interests can lead to dissatisfaction, boredom, and even depression. Buddhism teaches the importance of living authentically, aligned with our values and passions. Mindfulness helps us recognize what truly brings us joy and satisfaction. By being present and aware of our interests, we can take steps to integrate them into daily life. Following our interests doesn't mean neglecting responsibilities. It's about finding a healthy balance. This might involve setting aside regular time for activities we love, even in small daily moments. This dedicated time is essential for mental and emotional well-being. Moreover, pursuing our interests can lead to new opportunities and personal growth. Our passions often reveal unique talents and abilities that can be developed and shared with the world. By dedicating ourselves to our interests, we contribute to our own growth and the well-being of others. Being passive about your interests deprives you of a rich source of joy and fulfillment. By recognizing the importance of following your passions and dedicating time to them, you can live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Remember, your interests are a vital part of who you are. Cultivating them is an act of self-love and self-discovery. Habit 11. Living in a disorganized environment. Have you noticed how a cluttered space affects your mind? Living in disorganization causes mental confusion and increases stress, hindering focus and productivity. In Buddhism, simplicity and organization promote clarity and inner peace. Let the space where you live reflect the space you'd like to be in. Physical clutter deeply impacts mental health. A disorganized environment can make us feel overwhelmed and unable to relax. Constant clutter also makes it harder to find what we need, increasing frustration and wasted time. A clean, organized space, on the other hand, promotes calm and clarity. In Buddhism, simplicity is a core principle that helps eliminate the unnecessary and focus on what truly matters. Decluttering our physical space reflects clearing distractions from our mind. Organizing our living space doesn't have to be overwhelming. Small daily steps, like tidying a specific area or putting misplaced items away, make a big difference. Regularly maintaining an organized space fosters a mindset of care and attention. Beyond mental benefits, an organized space improves physical health. A clean environment reduces dust and allergens, creating a healthier space. It also minimizes accident risks and enhances functionality, making living and working more pleasant and efficient. Organization also helps develop positive habits of discipline and responsibility. Maintaining order requires consistency and attention, qualities transferable to other life areas. This practice teaches us to value self-care and the importance of a harmonious living space. Living in disorganization leads to stress and anxiety. Constant clutter makes it hard to relax and recharge, negatively impacting mental and emotional health. By organizing our space, we create an environment that promotes calm and clarity, facilitating concentration and productivity. An organized space also helps establish a more efficient routine. Knowing where things are saves time and energy, allowing us to focus on more important activities. Organization supports our goals and promotes well-being. Living in disorganization weakens our mind and well-being. By embracing simplicity and organization, we create a space that fosters mental clarity and inner peace. Remember, your environment reflects your mind. Cultivating an organized space is a crucial step toward a strong, resilient mind. Habit 12. Maintaining toxic relationships. Have you reflected on how your relationships affect your mental health? Maintaining toxic relationships drains emotional energy and weakens our ability to stay positive. In Buddhism, cultivating healthy, compassionate relationships is fundamental for well-being. In the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. Buddha toxic relationships are those that cause more harm than good, marked by disrespect, manipulation, control, constant criticism, or lack of support. They drain energy, damage self-esteem, and can lead to anxiety, depression, and isolation. Buddhism teaches that love and compassion are central to emotional well-being. Cultivating healthy relationships, based on mutual respect, understanding, and support, is essential for a fulfilling life. Surrounding ourselves with uplifting people strengthens our ability to face life's challenges with resilience. Identifying and ending toxic relationships is difficult but necessary for mental health. This involves recognizing toxicity and making conscious decisions to protect our well-being. Seeking support from friends, family, or mental health professionals can help during this process. Beyond distancing from toxic relationships, it's important to nurture positive ones. Dedicating time and energy to these connections builds an emotional support network that sustains us in tough times. Gratitude and open communication are key to maintaining healthy relationships. Buddhist teachings also encourage forgiveness and compassion for ourselves and others. This doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior, but releasing resentment and finding inner peace. Forgiveness allows us to move forward and make space for healthier, more enriching relationships. Maintaining toxic relationships weakens our mind and emotional health. By learning to identify and let go of these relationships, we create a more positive and supportive environment for our well-being. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who value and respect you. Cultivating healthy relationships is essential for a strong, resilient mind. Final thoughts: strong, resilient mind. As we wrap up today's exploration, I hope these Buddhist teachings have illuminated new paths for strengthening your mind and spirit. If this wisdom resonated with you, I invite you to join our growing community, hit subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss our journeys into mindfulness and personal growth. Together, let's continue cultivating resilience, one mindful step at a time. With gratitude, daily Dharma.